Right guys, what is going on? Match reaction. Manchester City 3, West Ham 1, and Manchester City have won the Premier League for the 4th year running. The Juggernauts have done it again. I mean, City were never going to lose today or draw. City were always winning this game. You know, I don't get why Sky Sports, TNT Sports, and other UK outlets were trying to hype you know, the final day, because it was all very predictable what was going to happen. You know, if you actually thought it through, City were never going to lose, and Arsenal were never going to lose. They were both going to win, and they both did win. But you know, City done it again, 4 years in a row. It's becoming the French league, unfortunately, people, and you know, there's no stopping City, and the only way Manchester City are going to stop is that if they get charged, because you know it's the only way we're going to stop them. And I don't think Man City will get charged, because I think they'll pay off the Premier League. I think they'll just pay it off. But they've done it again, 4 in a row, never been done before. You know, and they dominated West Ham today. Absolutely dominated West Ham. I mean, West Ham were awful today, which I'm not really surprised about. I was always expecting a Man City dominance performance, and that's exactly what happened. You know, City have been in this situation so many times before, where they've needed a must-win game, and they've got it. And you know, they got off to a dream start, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But you know, for West Ham, David Moyes' final game. Let's touch on West Ham for a bit. I think Moyes has done well with West Ham, to be honest. You know, overall in David Moyes' career, you know, I think this has probably been the best he's done at a club. Yes, he did good at Everton. Manchester United, let's just not talk about it. But you know, with West Ham, he's won the Conference League. You know, West Ham's first European trophy. You know, is something that he will never forget David Moyes doing with West Ham, and I think he's done a steady job with West Ham. I think Lopetegui, is the heavy favourite to come in as West Ham manager, and he is a better manager than David Moyes, Lopetegui, and I do think he could take West Ham to, you know, a new level. Lopetegui, because I do think he is a very good manager. Lopetegui, I really do. But yeah, I think Moyes has done a good job with West Ham. I thought today, Kudus, when he was on the ball, was the biggest threat for West Ham. Paqueta just couldn't get in the game. Antonio couldn't get in the game. Kudus, though, standout performer, I think, for West Ham today. I was really impressed with Kudus when he got the ball. Always willing to take on players, but you know, most of the time when he had the ball, Kudus, he was just absolutely swarmed by the Man City light blue shirts. You know, he was just swarmed all the time. Couldn't, you know, West Ham overall as a team really struggled to get out today and pass their way through the City press. They just couldn't do it. But you know, that's just credit to Man City. You know, they're a top team. They were always going to win this game, and they were always going to win the league. And I guarantee you, next season when I do my predictions, I'm going to put Man City to win the Premier League again, because it's predictable. But let's talk about the goal. Dream start for City, like I said, coming in the 2nd minute. Phil Foden with the goal. You know, Player of the Year. Phil Foden this year, thoroughly deserved. I actually thought they were going to give it Haaland, to be honest, because it's the players' vote, isn't it? So I thought every player was going to vote for Haaland, because it's the lazy thing to do, but they actually didn't this year. They voted for Foden, who I think has been the best player in the league. I think Ollie Watkins has been close, but I would edge it Foden, to be honest. Yeah, you know, you just can't leave Foden with this much space on the edge of the box. I mean, it's a rocket of a goal again by Foden. Very similar to the Real Madrid goal at the Bernabeu in the Champions League earlier on in this season. Just picks up space, Foden, edge of the box, lets fly on his left foot. Areola, no chance, into the top left corner. But, I mean, if you're West Ham, poor defending. I mean, you can't let the recent player of the season have that much time and space to shoot. Like, you've got to close him down if you're West Ham. And I think David Moyes is going to be annoyed with that goal, because lazy. They're lazy to get out to him. The West Ham players, you got to try and block it. You can't let Foden get a shot from there because he's deadly on that left foot, absolutely deadly. Dream start for City, 2 minutes in, 1-0 up already, and you were thinking at this point, oh, it's going to be a long afternoon for West Ham, a very long afternoon, and it was quickly 2-0. 16 minutes later, in the 18th minute, that man again, Phil Foden with another goal. This one was a better goal by City. They worked it to Jeremy Doku out on the left wing. He whipped in the cross low and hard. Foden, simple tapping really. I mean, it's not really a tapping, but it kind of is a tapping. Guides it into the bottom right hand corner. Foden for 2-0 City. And you were thinking, yeah, it's 100% game over now. But 2-0 is always a dangerous scoreline. And just before half time, West Ham get a goal through Kudus. What a goal by Kudus, by the way. Overhead kick, individual brilliance by Kudus. It's actually a corner to West Ham. Goes to the back post. It's bobbly and forced to Kudus. He chips it up. And it's a brilliant overhead kick goal by Kudus. Brilliant technique. Don't even think Ortega expects it, to be honest, which is why he doesn't save it. Brilliant goal by Kudus. And 2-1 at half time. In a game which City absolutely dominated the first half in. Pep Guardiola would have been absolutely fuming at half time. He was throwing his bottle on the floor when West Ham scored, because City were absolutely dominant in that first half. And then second half, you're thinking, West Ham have a chance. 2-1's always a dangerous scoreline, but I was always thinking if Manchester City get that third goal, it's done. The title will be theirs, and they did get the third goal. Rodri in the 59th minute, assisted this time by Phil Foden. Really good build-up play by City. I'm not sure how many passes it is, but it's probably a ridiculous amount of passes this by Man City. They just keep passing it on the edge of the box. And again, if you're West Ham, you're giving the City players too much time and space. You've got to get out to them and engage and put pressure on the ball, and they just don't do it. Comes to Foden in the box. Ian lays it off to Rodri, who's in the D, and he rolls it in. Areola gets hands to it, and I think Areola will be disappointed he hasn't saved it. It does go through quite a lot of bodies though. And Rodri seals the title for Manchester City. 3-1 victory for City. They've done it again. I don't really know what there is to say. I mean, this is what everybody expects at the start of every season. There really is nothing to say. Again, I don't think City, they were 100% better today than at Spurs, but I still don't think it was a vintage Manchester City. Maybe they're saving it for the FA Cup final. City, well, that'll be great fun against my team, Manchester United, if they are saving that vintage performance for that game. But they've done it again, 4 in a row for Man City. It's never been done before in the Premier League era, and it'll probably never get done again. City are probably going to win 5 in a row because they'll probably win it next year. But yeah, cruise control today for City. Arsenal, touch on Arsenal a little bit at the end here. Again, it's just unlucky, isn't it? I mean, I touched on them when City beat Spurs because I kind of knew the title was over then for Arsenal. But you got to feel sorry for Arsenal, to be in a title race 2 years in a row and to not win it. Well, this is what Man City do, mate. They just kill you. They absolutely kill you. They break your heart, Manchester City. And Arsenal did win on the final day as well. So, if Son would have scored that opportunity for Spurs, Arsenal will be Premier League champions right now. But it is what it is. City have done it again. Arsenal, unlucky again. But yeah, guys, who will win the Premier League next season? I think we all know, don't we? I think we all have an inkling who will win the Premier League next season. It's not hard to predict. But guys, thank you so much for watching this match reaction. I've loved doing the match reactions, and we're not finished yet. We've still got the Europa League final on Wednesday. We've got the FA Cup final. We've got the Champions League final. Still to fit in all to this season, and then the Euro watch-alongs are going to be getting done as well. But yeah, that is it for the Premier League watch-alongs for this season. Thank you so much for joining me in the watch-alongs. You know, this was just something I thought I'll start doing, and I've absolutely loved doing it. And also filming the match reactions at the end. So thank you for watching them, seriously. But guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of the Man City West Ham match, and do you think Manchester City will win 5 Premier League titles in a row? I certainly think so. But guys, on that note, please like, please subscribe, turn on notifications, share this match reaction around with people, and I'll catch you later.